there, welcome to Beauty Bee and welcome to my empties and a tiny little bit of a declutter for the month of February. Now February is a short month. I feel like it's kind of pushed my filming of everything earlier in the month than it usually would be. So I don't think I have quite as much as I usually would, and I really don't have any really exciting items. I have really a lot of little things, but I wanted to start out with a couple of skincare pieces that I'm going to be decluttering. First, we have this Juice Beauty SPF 30 oil-free moisturizer. I can't do this. This stinks. It doesn't smell like it's expired. It just stinks like lemongrass. No, I can't do it. I've tried this twice. Both times I've had to remove it within 10 minutes, half an hour of putting it on because I just can't deal with it. It feels thick, and I'm not sure if it really feels thick or if I can just really feel the product because I'm so aware of the scent. Either way, it's disgusting. I don't want this in my life. And I don't want to unleash that on anyone else, so it's just going to go in the trash. And then this Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. This is their moisturizer. This also supposed to help with acne. It's a very thin, lotiony moisturizer. I mean, there's quite a bit left in here, so I can just pump a little bit out. I just don't like this style of moisturizer, and I feel like it's not geared towards my skin type really. When I bought this, probably almost 2 years ago at this point, even though I hadn't had a lot of acne for a very long time, I hadn't really accepted that if every single product that I use on my face wasn't geared towards anti-acne, that I was not going to go back to my 16-year-old just covered with what was probably cystic acne skin. So this is, I would say, a little bit more than halfway used up. I would say there's maybe between a third and half of the product left, but it's 2 years old. I don't need it. I'm going to use a moisturizer. I want to use something that's actually going to be effective, and I just don't feel like this is really it anymore. So that is going to go. And I think those are the only two declutters, though I do want to pivot to talk about something that is an empty, but also a declutter. These are some sheet masks from the Creme Shop, and these are the Witch Hazel Infused Essence Masks. Now, I used one of these. I didn't keep it on very long because it really wouldn't stick to my skin, and I'm really glad that I didn't keep it on very long because I think that this gave me a chemical burn. That was also a contributing factor probably to why there's so little in this box this month, because it was probably about 2 weeks ago at this point. I used this mask and the entire perimeter of my face the next day just felt itchy, and I got some red bumps, not like hives, but these very dry erased bumps. I think it was a burn, and that pretty much kept me from wearing any makeup except for lipstick for a full week almost, which was very strange for me. I don't think that I had gone a full week without wearing any makeup for years at that point. But in any case, I had 3 of these. 2 of them, after I noticed this burn, went directly in the garbage, and I kept this one around to talk about it. So for others who may also have, I guess, sensitive-ish skin, I've never thought of myself as having sensitive skin before, but my still kind of dry up around here skin would currently beg to differ. That was the Creme Shop Witch Hazel Infused Essence Mask. I have used several other masks from the Creme Shop and have had no difficulty with them. So I think it's probably the Witch Hazel that got me. That's not an ingredient that I've used very often at all before. So I think we're past all of the terrible things. Now I have a bunch of little moisturizer samples. We're going to start with this Herbivore Aquarius one. This is their Clarity Cream. It is a light blue cream. I thought that this was okay. I think that it was geared a little bit more towards someone with more acne than I have. But in comparison to the Clean and Clear, this was thicker and I found it to be a little bit more moisturizing. I thought it was nice. It made me a little bit more interested in trying other Herbivore products, but I mean, it's not something that's really perfect for my skin, so it's not something I would ever pay Herbivore prices for. But it was pretty pleasant to use, and I thought that the product itself was very pretty. I know that doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if it's a pretty blue cream, but you know what? I think it got me to use it more often, and that's good because that can be a little bit of a struggle for me. Next, we have a little sample from Sugar Rush. This is the Tarte brand. This is the Don't Hydrate Oil-Free Moisturizer. I just had another sample of this, I think in last month's Empties video, and my feelings have not changed. It has a lovely, like, crystal light scent. Ooh, I have a tiny little dot of product left. It's a pretty pink color, and I like how this feels on my skin. I feel a little bit childish using it, but I really do like the product. Not something I would probably purchase unless I found this on a really good sale, but quite nice, and I do enjoy using it. It's definitely something that I would pick up again if Tarte had it as a free sample. And then another little Tarte moisturizer, again that I have used before. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Drink of H2O. This was a smaller sample than the one I used before, I believe. This was only 10 mils. I think the other one that I'd had was at least 15 and maybe 15 mils, maybe significantly larger. And I thought that this was good. I didn't like this quite as much this time around as I did last time. There was something in this that once I gave myself that lovely chemical burn, it felt just a little bit irritating right up around here, which is the area where it still feels dry and gross. But in general, and when my skin was in a little bit better shape the first time I used this, I did really enjoy it. However, if I were to purchase one of these items, it would be the Don't Hydrate over the Drink of H2O. Though I appreciate that Tarte has multiple gel moisturizers in their line. That's definitely my preferred style of moisturizer, and I like that there are, actually I think there's 3 different ones in their line to use. Really appreciate that. I do have a body care item. This is actually a representative for a set of 3 items. This is the Manny in a Box 3-step. This one is the rose one. I think it was a matcha or a green tea. I don't remember specifically what it was called, but I think it was green tea one in last month's Empties. And my feeling on this is pretty much the same as it was for the green tea one. I think that this is nice. I enjoyed using it, but it's a lot of plastic waste. I mean, it had 3 individual little sachets for 5 minutes of use, and I didn't think it did quite enough for my hands, or actually I used this one on my feet to justify it. However, this was better on my feet than it was on my hands, probably because my feet are just in worse shape and drier than my hands are. But I liked using it. I will definitely make a point of using scrubs and lotion and a hydrating mask that I'm not a big fan of on my feet and hands in the future, but I wouldn't purchase another one of these. I thought that was pretty silly. Next up, I have just a little, I think this was 2 uses for me. This is the Yardley Earth Spring body wash in oatmeal and almond, and it's nice. It was a body wash. I used it twice. It was fine. I do kind of like the scent though. I really like almond scents, and I feel like this one is a little bit more on the side of almond than oatmeal. It was nice. No strong feelings there, I'm sure you can tell. And now we're going to transition into my hair care pieces. I have 3 hair care bits this month. We're starting out with another foil sample. I had quite a few little foil things this month, didn't I? This is from Verb. It's their Ghost shampoo and conditioner. I got 2 uses out of each of these. And again, it's fine. I don't think that it was anything spectacular, but also I think you can't really tell, especially if a shampoo is doing really good things for your hair after 2 uses. I feel like you know after 2 uses if a shampoo is causing something awful, but long term, is it keeping my hair nicely moisturized, or is it very slowly drying my hair out? That's really hard to know. And my hair definitely looked clean after using these 2 products, but I don't know that it was any cleaner or any less frizzy or really anything more anything than it would have been using my usual shampoo conditioner. But it was nice to try something different. And this I actually really did enjoy. This is from Briogeo. This is their Be Gentle, Be Kind Avocado and Kiwi Mask. This smells so good. And it was pretty. I think you can see a little bit of it on the cap. It was this light green cream. Oh, there was a little bit stuck in the cap, so you can definitely see it. This smelled delightful. It felt really nice going on. And I think that it was pretty moisturizing for my hair. I don't think it was anything crazy great. But between this and the Don't Despair Repair from the same line, I would choose this any time. This was just a delightful product to use. The experience of using it is very nice. It makes your shower smell nice. It's nice to leave this on for a little bit longer. This says 5 to 10. I would imagine that I kept this on for 10 to 15 most of the time. Whereas with the Don't Despair Repair, I did not like the scent of that one at all, so I wanted to rinse it off after like 4 minutes. I don't know that the results really justify the price of this, but I did enjoy using it very much, and I would be really excited if I got another sample of that. And then I talked about this in my Deck of Panning update, but this is from SGX NYC. This is the Do It All 3-in-1 and Dry Texture Spray. I wanted this to be more like a dry shampoo because that is one of the things that it claims to be. That's one of the 3-in-1. But this was just more of a dry texture spray. I think it was a good dry texture spray, but that's just not a product that I use super often. I wanted this to be a dry shampoo, and it was just an okay dry shampoo. I have another one of these. I would say that I got probably 10-ish uses out of this. So I guess I have basically another month of this dry shampoo in my stash, and I'm not excited to use it, but I will use it it'll be fine and I won't repurchase it in the future. One fragrance, this is from Valentino and it is Born in Roma. I do like this scent. It is not my favorite scent from Valentino, but I believe I've reviewed this in the past. It's like floral and pleasant. It's not Voce Viva, which is beyond delightful, but I think this is kind of a good gift perfume. I don't think there's anything about this that most people would find offensive. I think that most people would probably really quite like it. I just don't see this being the type of scent that really speaks to a whole lot of people. I don't think it feels very individual, but it feels like something that a lot of people would enjoy enough and get decent use out of. That was a very lukewarm review, but I mean, it's just not anything crazy special. Then I have, I guess this is kind of a skincare product. This is from e.l.f. This is their brown sugar lip scrub. My lips are in really bad shape currently, and they have been for 3 months at this point. So I have been using lip scrubs relatively often. I have used these e.l.f. lip scrubs in the past, and this was just the one that they had at my supermarket. I would not suggest the brown sugar one. I feel like this one is much crumblier in comparison to some of the other ones. I have used the mint one in the past and quite liked it, and I have used the sweet cherry one. And I found that both the mint and the sweet cherry have a little bit finer pieces, and they're a lot more solid. I think you can get more use out of each of those tubes than you would out of this. And just overall, those are the ones that I would recommend over the brown sugar. I'm also working on the cookies and cream one right now that they just put out recently, and I enjoy it, but I think I enjoy it mostly because I like the idea that it's cookies and cream, and I think the packaging is pretty. I don't think that it's actually any better than, well, really than this one, the brown sugar one, and I think that it's not quite as well performing as the cherry or the mint ones. Next up, we have a mascara. This is not out. I just have had it open for almost exactly 3 months at this point, so it's time for this to go. This is the IT Cosmetics Lash Blowout Mascara. At the moment, I would say that this is probably my favorite mascara, though I really don't have a strong favorite. I'm not going to go run out and purchase this again. I really like the brush on this. It is a nice size, and I think that it has just the right amount of separation between the individual bristles that I don't get super clumpy lashes. I also appreciate the size because it's not overly large. It doesn't feel clunky to use. I don't feel like I'm going to hit my brows as I'm putting on my mascara, and it wears nicely on me. It doesn't make a terrible mess when I wash it off, just a moderate mess, and just overall, it's a nice mascara. It's actually a very nice mascara, but even though it's my favorite, like I said earlier, it's not a strong favorite. I wouldn't pay any more for this than I would for an okay drugstore mascara, you know? And then the last empty item I have for this month doesn't look that empty at all when I hold it up. This is from Tarte. It is their H2O gloss in the shade Hang 10. This was a sample, and it's been rolling around in my sample bin as I've been filming this video, so a tiny little coating of the gloss is all over the packaging, but I did use it up. This was a pretty standard gloss. I feel like this was not very sticky for a lip gloss. It was a very middle of the road gloss. It had some color, but could easily be layered over things. It was not super thin, not super sticky. It was good. I think the best thing about this though was the packaging. This packaging has little water droplets on the cap in the same way that that MAC collection several years ago at this point had little raised pieces of plastic that indicated water droplets. And again, does that matter? No, but I appreciate that they went that far even for a little freebie gift with purchase. I appreciate that attention to detail. And with that, we have reached the end of my empties. Hopefully next month I will have significantly more. I think I should. I feel like I have quite a few lip products in particular where I'm probably within a week or two of finishing them off. Because I need to get some things out. I've been bringing a little bit too much in and the balance isn't quite there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you did. I really look forward to seeing each and every one of you all in my next video. Bye!